Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Disclaimer, I might have to end this like kind of abruptly because my sister is staying over and she's sleeping in here, and she's not asleep in here right now, but she's asleep on the couch and she might come in here to go to sleep, and when she does I can't be talking because then I'll wake her up. I have 3 topics in my head for this video and I don't know which one I want to talk about. Oh god, okay. So the first one is family stuff. The second one is moving, and the third one is the Corvoid. And I'm kind of leaning towards the Corvoid because, like, I kind of don't want to talk about the other stuff because I kind of don't want to think about the other stuff. Is this escapism? I'm starting to wonder because, like, I don't know. Anyways, I made a, what do you call it? Fictional world, right? And I started making it like a year ago, and like all that, and it's still in development, but it has come so far from what it was. I watched the video that I made about it like 4 or 5 months ago, talking about it, and like literally so much stuff has changed. So much stuff has changed. Like so much stuff isn't like, I guess I could say canon. That's weird. Canon now. And I changed a bunch of stuff, and like I don't know. It's pretty, like, the whole thing is like fully developed. Like I have all the locations down and everything. It's like really cool actually. I have the concept down and everything, but it's, like I said, it's shifted a lot from what it was. So I put a disclaimer in that video, like that's not accurate anymore. I might take it down or like make it unlisted or something. I don't know. But anyways, I did, what's it called? A straw page with all of the information on it. I feel like I haven't made like a talking video about it. I've talked about it on live stream and all that. I could do a YouTube video with all the information. Would anyone be interested in that? I don't know. Like a video essay on my own freaking thing. I wouldn't do it on this channel. Maybe I would do it on this channel. I don't know. But basically I made it, 2 reasons I made it. One reason is because, well, 3 reasons I guess. One reason, I was inspired by some things, and I don't know, I thought it'd be cool. Second thing, I needed a place to put my characters. They needed a world because they don't fit in the real world. Like, it kind of doesn't make any sense for them to be in the real world. I mean, like, who cares? So I was either thinking, like, oh, other planet or alternate universe, and I landed on other planet because you'll see why. The third reason I forgot, if I'm being completely honest. Third reason, I don't know. I thought it'd be cool. I already said that though. I don't know. But yeah. Let me see if I can get into the straw page and I can read it, because I cannot think of off the top of my head what I wrote for the freaking, like, what do you even call it? The districts. You'll see right now. This is like not gonna tell me. It's not gonna take me to the main page. I don't know how. I can't talk. I don't know how to go back. To the one, I'm trying to pull it up on my iPad. Anyways, so the Corvoid is another planet. It's another planet, not part of the solar system, obviously, where I mean, obviously it's a spherical shape, but instead of it being like, the planet, like everybody lives on the outside, they live on the inside, and it's like hollowed out, and they can live on the inside. It's like a mixture. I'm not a flat earther, I swear to God, I'm not a flat earther, and I don't believe in the hollow earth theory, but it's has a lot of inspiration from conspiracy theories because that's what originally it started as. The original concept was that they lived inside of Earth. That's what it was. It was like inside of Earth there was a community of, like, I don't even know. I said it in the other video. It's still a cool concept. I could probably still build off of that. It's still very inspired by that, but I changed it. I changed a lot of it because I think this is a lot cooler. It just makes a lot more sense, even though it really doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense, by the way. Don't tell me about, like, the physics of this, because I don't know. It's just, it made more sense for them being in the Earth because it made no sense for people to get in the Earth. And I don't know, maybe people would disagree if they looked into hollow earth theory, but I don't care. This is cool to me, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh, I got to the first page. I could read the straw page, guys. It says, what is the Corvoid? The Corvoid is an experimental planet created by aliens to see if it was possible to recreate Earth. As a way to disguise it, half of the planet was hollowed out for the experiment to take place. The Corvoid consists of six districts and hundreds of species that live within them. Humanoids, but nothing fully human. Okay, so that's like the basic of basic things that it is. Like, there's aliens, right? And they got a planet. Their planet, they wanted to see if they could change it into, like, a recreation of Earth. Which, I just said that, yeah. Anyways, that's what they're trying to do. So, they're spying on Earth to try and recreate it inside the little Corvoid. Let me pull up the X-ray map I have, because it makes more sense, I think, than the other thing that I had. I have one map that I just made that has, like, all the locations and stuff, and then I have this. This is a thing I drew that kind of shows how it would look. So, like, if it's an X-ray, it says Corvoid, Corvoid X-ray. So, basically, this is, like, if you cut it in half, this is what you would see, kind of. So, there are 6 districts. This is not accurate. This is just kind of to show what it looks like. And then there's, like, this up here, which is where the aliens do their research and stuff, or whatever. Yeah, and then I'll show the map right now so I can show the districts, because there's 6 districts. I have them all down. Like, I know, what do you say, like, which ones are what. They're just not all of the locations I would say are, like, set in place. Also, the road system kind of doesn't make sense. The road system doesn't make sense, and also, I want to have, like, a train, and I think I might put stuff underground as well, even though it's technically underground. I don't know. We will see. Anyways, here's the map. Let me see. Here's the map, which this is insane. I need to get my I did this on live stream too, so sorry for seeing this twice if you were on that stream. But, let me tell you about the districts, okay? This is the Prism District, which is, like, a district that has, more, like, colorful being. Oh, before I talk about this, hold on, sorry, backtrack. I need to talk about, like, the creatures that live in there. So, basically, like, nothing is fully human, right? The aliens are trying to recreate Earth, so what they're doing, because this is what the aliens are. This is, like, kind of a disgusting concept for an alien. The aliens are, like, clear flesh creatures. You could see in them. Their organs glow and stuff, and they, like, flash and whatever. And they can shapeshift. Like, they're, like, jelly. So, like, they can move their organs around, and, like, they could change their transparent skin into, like, something. So, what they will do is they'll go onto Earth, and they will portray themselves as a kid. I had an idea to also make this, because, like I said, I want to take inspiration from, like, conspiracy theories and stuff. I wanted to make them maybe, like, the black-eyed children, because, you know, I haven't caught up on, like, any of that. I heard it from Jesse B, like, 6 years ago, but I know that the little kids come to their door, and it's like a Men in Black thing or something. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about that, but, like, that's kind of somewhat the idea I have, that they're kind of, like, lure people in, because, like, if you see a lost child, well, I wouldn't, because I know about these things, guys. Not these things specifically, but, like, trafficking type stuff. Anyways, like, if you see a lost child, I mean, if I saw a lost child, I would go up to the lost child and, like, take them to somewhere. But if I saw a lost child, like, in a field somewhere, I'd call the police. Anyways, but, like, that's what they would do, or that's what they do in my head, I guess, is that they lure people in, and then they have a specific organ. This is actually disgusting. They have a specific organ where they trap humans. They'll eat the human, and they just, like, eat the human whole, and then just, like, squish it into, like, a mush of DNA, and then they go back to the planet, which I don't know if the planet would be called the Corvoid, or just the inside resident place would be called the Corvoid, but anyway, they take it back to their planet, and they use the DNA, like the human DNA, for cloning things, and, like, mixing, because they found a way to, like, I guess use, or not even just human DNA, like organic DNA, and mix it with things. So, like, it can be mixed with anything, really, which is why they can clone anything and make all the stuff that they do. There obviously no logistics in that. I don't know, guys. Anyways, that's just my ideas. So, the characters in or the creatures and like all of the characters look a little strange in the Corvoid because they're mixed with objects. Not all of them are mixed with objects. I don't know if I should make some mixed with animals. There is a girl mixed with a bug, so there's that. There's also ones that are like, there's fairies. That's the other thing too. It's like they're not fully aware of like concepts on Earth, I guess. So like this is why some like legend creatures exist too, because like sometimes they get confused and like they make creatures or like what would be considered, because I guess it wouldn't be like fully that, but I don't know, probably make a vampire, probably make like mermaids. Yeah, mermaids. The mermaids are probably like really scary. I think I want to make the mermaids like siren scary, because there's a district that's a beach, but the beach is fake. I'll get into all that in a second. A whole thing. There's also like a radiation problem because of one of the districts, and I'll get into that. Like I think I'm gonna make the radiation thing a bigger issue than I did, because it was originally only gonna affect like 3 characters, but I think I'm gonna make it like an actual like epidemic type thing, because I think that'd be cool. Because think about it, like communities usually have something like that. I think some type of sicknesses, guys. So we will see. The creatures are all partly human, but they're all fused with something. They're not, I guess some of them would be like more human. No one would be fully human, but like more human than like the others, because like there's some ones that are crazy. There's a plant girl, there's a girl who's a flower, there's like a whole thing with the plant creatures, and I'll get into that too. And like this has developed so much since the last time I've talked about it on this channel, by the way. Like I already said it, but like seriously, dude, oh my god, this is actually insane. Anyways, let me talk about districts now. Everyone's like, oh my god, the Hunger Games. It's not like the Hunger Games. Kind of it is, but not really. They're all allowed. I don't know, actually, if the Hunger Games, they're allowed to like freely move wherever they want. But they, like, why is my camera dirty? I swear I cleaned it. Anyways, so this is the Prism District. This district is like, there's not specific things that live in the district. Actually, yes, kind of there is. But it's not like they like have to be there, I guess. It's just because like that's kind of the best district for that group of species. So, or not species, or like group, I don't know. A lot of kids live here because it's very colorful and very kid friendly. Like that's the only place, the elementary school, they have like arcade, like an arcade or whatever. There's like a carnival in a park, and like it's just very colorful and like bright and just best place to grow up, I guess. So yeah, this is the Prism District here. This I can zoom in. These are trees because it's like some kind of like a barrier. There is back here, what is this? I forgot. Oh, this is the carnival place, and this is playground. This is a street. This is Prism Court. This is where all the houses are. Elementary school, a store, and then this is the pier that goes into the other district where the mermaids and sirens are, or whatever the freak. Whoa, don't flip, please, wait. To the right is, actually, should I do the left or the right? I'll do the right. This is the Sandy District. This is like a beach district kind of thing, but the beach is artificial, obviously, because it's inside. So what I was thinking is to have like a Truman Show type thing, where like whenever you get to the back over here, because there has to be some type of barrier at the back of each of them, because if not, they're just gonna hit a wall, which would be the back of like the planet. Mind you, this is very, very small. This is like way smaller than Earth, like very small scale compared to Earth. Like this is like the size of like a city, a town, a city, probably like a city, or like, I don't know. But yeah, this is, would this even be considered a beach? I don't know. I'm calling it a beach because why would they know the difference anyways? A very small scale fake beach, I guess. Anyways, this is a pier. The pier is between the Sandy District and the Prism District, right? So, they have a thrift store, a clothing store, a diner, and an arcade over here. This is a Ferris wheel, and this is like seating areas, but I feel like it's not to scale, guys. It's not to scale. This, I might change the name of this, but this is the Crystallite Sea. This is the beach. This is like a beach house place. I wouldn't say like the mermaids live here, but like anybody who lives in the Sandy District will probably live here. Or I also want to make like some type of underwater, I was talking about this on live, some type of like underwater what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Not what do you call it? What the freak? What the freak you call it? I don't even know. I don't know. A place where they live in there in the sea. They have food stalls, beach rentals, a lounge, clothing store, and a playground. These are roads. I didn't even mention. These are supposed to be. These are supposed to be roads or like kind of walkways. There's not parking spots. I'm just saying. Okay, well maybe they just like park wherever. There's not that many cars either. So, I don't know, guys. I feel like there's one more thing that I did not change. Oh yeah, there is. I fixed it. Okay. Then to the other side, you'll see why I'm not going in a full circle and why I'm doing half and half. I'll explain that too. To the left of the Prism District is the Woodland District. This one is going to be a little hard to explain. It's right here. This is the road, right? Oh, hold on. Before I start, this is the middle. This is Core City. I might rename it. It's kind of dumb. But there's just like a general thing in here that like not one district would have, because like all the districts have kind of like either like a theme or like a specific thing, I guess. So like this is kind of just everything. So there is a mall, a school, hospital, store, a park, a gym, and a coffee shop. I might change the coffee shop because that's kind of random, but like anyways, yeah. Back to the Woodland District. This is a road. This is like a little area where there's like it's like zoning. It's not zoning. What's it called? Not anyways, there's a clothing store, there's a restaurant, and a general store in here. It's like a plaza. There's a plaza. This is Shroom Circle. This is a little circle, fairy circle. They live in there. There's little mushroom houses. They have like a fairy community. I'm thinking of like Tinkerbell, like Pixie Hollow type stuff. This back here there's like random houses. Okay, that's the other thing. In this district, there's not like a set strip of houses like the way there is over here. They're just kind of everywhere. The only place that there's like a set place of houses is where the fairies are, because the fairies are small, you know. So like they get their own little area. This is Windchime Meadow. This is a pond. That's like, oh, this is also a river. There's like a little river, kind of thing. Not really, because nothing would be real. It's like an artificial river. But there's also a pond back here. And this is, what is that? Oh, this is a treehouse for one of my characters. Which I could probably talk about characters in a different video. I think it's gonna be like about the whole concept as a whole. Then this is a school for witchcraft learning people, the Clearwater Academy. Back here is the dangerous part of the forest. This is where like the plant fused creatures live. So like I kind of did it differently on purpose to where like, well, I don't even know. The things fused with plants are carnivores. I don't know. So like everything that's fused with a plant eats meat. So that's kind of weird. I don't know. Everything else would be like an omnivore. I guess there's probably other things that are carnivore, but like all the plant people are for sure carnivores, guys. Yeah. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I didn't talk about everything that's here. Yeah, that's pretty much that side. Okay. This upper half, I have a few ideas for how I want to split this. Okay, here's my two ideas. This is one I had first. The first idea is that this area is less monitored, because the aliens, they watch everything. They have also like fake shapeshift people on the grounds that are also watching everything, because they're like monitoring everything to see how like their experiment is going, because it's essentially like a huge experiment. But I kind of wanted to make only like one side is like heavily monitored. I don't know what side that's going to be. The other idea that I had was to make it to where like half like the aliens, they have like some kind of like separation, I guess, where like half of them wanted to make it one way and then the other half wanted to make it another way. So then they're kind of like split off to where like there's more like a different vibe on the other side of the whole place. And then like the other side is like where the other aliens with like a different idea wanted it. So like they had like a peaceful separation or something. Because like the aliens, I guess they're not, I mean, we would consider them evil because they're literally snatching up humans and rounding them up for freaking experiments, but like they do care about their experiment too. It's not like they just kind of like threw them in there, whatever. At least I'm trying not to make it seem like that. I'm trying to make it to where like at least some of them or most of them do care about the experiment and do recognize that there's like actual beings that are like sentient beings, you know. But only to an extent, because like at the same time they did all trap them into an experiment against their will. And there's like also a lot of stuff that like isn't done. But also I don't blame them, because there is a whole thing that happens, right? And I'll get into that. What did I need the X-ray for again? Oh, where's it at? Because there's one other thing I need to show. Okay, this up here is like the 7th district, kind of. The people in the Corvoid don't know. It's like where the aliens live, and this is where like other research happens. This is where, like, I would say some of the cloning business happens. I'll say where the rest of it does. This here, it is like an imitation of the sun, I guess, but it's not. You can go in there, and that's where most of like the aliens who are like the people who watch it like spy down. The thing is that they can't have, like, you can only see so far, right? So what they do, like I said, they have like little shapeshift aliens that go onto the ground and pretend to be beings as well. They walk around, they go in, and they have to go in through the caves in the ocean, in the fake ocean, and they have to like swim up and get out, and it's kind of creepy. That's the only way to get in. Or the other thing I could do is, like I said, I can make it like the Truman Show, where there's just like a door at the back, and that's how they get in as well. But I don't know if that really makes sense, because they would be walking down, you know. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking. Also, would this be like curved, maybe? Would they be? Because originally it wasn't supposed to be like there was a flat thing inside. They were supposed to be on the outside. It was supposed to be like think the Upside Down from Stranger Things. Like, it was just supposed to be like flipped in. But the thing is, like, you would be able to see across the world at that point. And what is like the gravity of it? I feel like literally the gravity would not make sense. I mean, none of this makes sense technically, but like at least, like, that's, I guess it's kind of like physically, not even really physically. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyways, back to this map. I need to do like a map legend of this so that I could say where exactly things are. This okay. This other half is kind of the more like not all of it, because there's also this one, which I don't know. More of like a corporate type thing. I don't know. This one's the corporate district. No, this one is the corporate district. Yes, this is the corporate district. I guess I'll start here. This is the corporate district. This is where like all the jobs are. And like there's only one apartment. The school, there's not a school there. They have to go in there. This is like, all of these buildings are gonna be some type of just like random buildings where like they do random work. I'm thinking some of like the research experiments or like logs could happen there or something. I don't know what they'd even be working on, if they can get jobs here that are like computer jobs where they're just like tracking, I don't know, something. They could track the earth or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a convenience store, a laundromat, and one set of apartments. This is supposed to be like a very boring district where like they just want to work, and like all the kids go to school, and like they're like encouraged to wear uniforms, even though like the school doesn't really require uniforms. Like there's like, I don't know, it's like they want to be like, oh, we're a cool district. I don't know. That's the idea. This is the Null district / Decay district. So my idea here is that the Woodland district was the first ever district that was made, and it became like kind of overgrown. Or no, the oldest district, because my idea was also 2 ideas. I don't know. Like the whole entire Corvoid place was like originally had plants and stuff in it. Maybe they found a planet that was already kind of hollowed out. Again, don't know the physics or logistics of that. I don't think it really matters in that instance. But like, essentially, I guess they would have like either deforested it. Is that a word? Deforestation. I don't know. And just kept that little area of like plants and stuff. And maybe that's why the plants are so mad. I don't know. It's like that movie, The Happening, where they. Has anyone seen that? Anyways, or it could just be like this was the first district, and it got to the point where the Decay district is, because this is called the Null district or the Decay district because this is like semi-abandoned, and it's getting more abandoned because they don't really focus on it. Gotta figure out a reason why. And also, like I said, with a thing where, like I said, they only monitor half of it, that kind of wouldn't make sense, would it? Right. Maybe I could flip where one of these is. Maybe I could flip where these two are. But the thing is, I wanted this one to be next to this district because this is the Gloom district. I'll talk about that next. This is, they have a store, a pharmacy, a clinic, a diner, school, apartments, public pool, park, and then a bunch of little houses. But like a lot of this is abandoned and dangerous. This is where like it starts getting like a biohazard type stuff, and like I don't know where the freaking what do you call it? The, guys, what did I say? Not the pandemic. The radiation poisoning stuff comes, I don't know. I would say it's coming from there, because I'm thinking also there could be like a leak from the gloom district, right? The gloom district is like a place where there's also cloning going on, but it's more like food cloning, food and water, and like, I don't know, animals, like a meat farm. There's like a regular plant farm too. I'm wondering if like the plants, I gotta think about this a little bit because I don't know. But like, yeah, this is basically what that the gloom district is for, because it's like the concept is that it's like constantly raining and gloomy there, so that like all the crops will grow, because like there's a lot of crops. What if I made the like meat also, like they're not, like it's not animals? What if I made it like meat flowers? I heard about that somewhere from someone else. I don't know who, but meat flowers sounds like a creepy idea, and I feel like it fit because of the weird cloning habits they have, right? So things could merge. I want to make like a lot of random things that are like merged with random objects because of failed cloning attempts, and like maybe they like can't get the cloning to work perfectly, which is like the same thing that happens with like all the creatures, is that all the, well, also the reason why the creatures in the Corvoid are fused with something else is because they don't have it, like only the human DNA doesn't work on its own. You have to fuse it with like something else or whatever. And I don't know, if they have like multiple machines where they can use two, like human DNA, maybe like animal DNA, or they can use like cloning where they're just manipulating the DNA with an object or something. I don't know. Again, like this is not gonna make sense, because this is never gonna happen. Let's be for real. So like it doesn't need to make perfect sense, but also I kind of want it to sound like it could. If that makes any sense, I don't know. What else did I say? I think that's the last one. Oh, I might get rid of this idea because I thought it was kind of dumb, but also I kind of thought it was cool. There's like a weird play place here where I was thinking maybe the kids that are like, if they're heavily monitored, maybe they can go there and like get spied on to see how like the new children are behaving, the new generations are gonna behave, to see if they're any better than like the last generation of like recreating humans or like recreating species or something. So like there's like this place, it's called the Wild Play Place, and it's just like a bunch of ball pits and stuff, and like you send your kids there and then like you watch them from this office area. Is that scary? I don't know. Anyways, this is the only place where like people can live. There's 4 little buildings of like houses where like the workers can live, so that they could just like also go straight to work. And then this is like a loading dock for trucks to send out like the food and the stuff to the rest of the district, right? So yeah, that's pretty much that, guys. That's the whole map. Like I said, might switch around to the districts because I do want that thing to work where it's like only some of them are being monitored, but also maybe like I don't have to do it like that specifically, where it's like half and half exactly. It could just be like, I would say the ones getting monitored the most would be the Gloom district with all the farming stuff, the corporate district, and the Sandy district, because the Sandy district has the door where the aliens go in. So like, I feel like they would watch that one probably to make sure no one's going out or like anything like that. This one, because like they're gonna be having, what do you call it, information that they're sharing in there. And then the Gloom district because they have all the farms and like some of the cloning that's like can be grown, I guess. I don't know. We will see. Yeah, they also clone the rainwater. That's why it always rains. So it's just like technically the evaporation cycle with a few tweaks, I would say. Not evaporation cycle, water cycle, which includes evaporation. You know what I mean? I think. I hope. But yeah, the thing with the Decay district, I was gonna say, is that there are like weird little mushroom spores, which is kind of like, this is why I like the lineup of where everything is. I actually don't want to change it, because it makes sense of like weird stuff from the farm maybe growing into or like leaking into this area and making something weird, you know, into like this Decay district. And then the fact that like there's not a lot of people there and it's becoming abandoned, like maybe they just don't care about it as much. Maybe the stuff at like the hospital isn't clean, because that's the other thing, the way that like the humans are cloned is in like a plant, like in the hospital. I don't know, like, would they get pregnant? I was thinking about that because like originally my idea was no, but like wouldn't that be weird? Maybe I could do both. Like, yeah, you could get pregnant if you want, but like if you also wanted to like grow a child, like don't we do that here too? Like, isn't that a thing that you can do? Not like mixing it with things. Sorry, we're getting off topic. But yeah, no, I said this on TikTok. You know how like Cabbage Patch Kids are grown? Like the Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't want to look it up. You look it up. Like Cabbage Patch Babies, the doll things. There's a That's how I imagine the kids getting born, right? Like since they're grown, and it also makes sense because it's next to the place where there's all the farms. Maybe the radiation can come here, but originally it was supposed to be like from this district right here. Which okay, to be fair, now I'm thinking, I feel like more of the kids would look like that then, because I have a character who has some kind of radiation. There's like two different types. There's the one wherever they got born there. I don't even know how to say it. We're born there or we're grown there. Something. I don't know. They have like rainbow on them, but like their skin is like pale. I don't know. And I kind of like that idea. So, or the other thing was that, I don't know if I should talk about this yet, because I'm trying not to talk about character lore yet, but I do want to have this down, just so like maybe if I ever change anything, I could also look back on this and see like, oh, what got fixed. Mind you, just another thing, a lot of this could get changed. I don't know. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, the two forms of the radiation poisoning is the one where if you get it whenever you're being like growing as a baby, and then the one if like you lived in the district and it like got to you or something there. That's lethal. You will die from that, and that did happen. The other one, if like you were, I guess like you would get like some kind of an immunity to it because you were born there. But like if you weren't if you weren't grown where the radiation does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Like if you weren't born when the radiation was happening, like when you're being grown, then you wouldn't grow an immunity to it, and then that will kill you, right? Which that did happen to someone, and I felt really bad. But like I had that idea. I gotta slow down with certain characters because like I'm not using the same ideas, but for some reason it looks like it, even though they all have very different lore. They are all in one spot though, which is why it's weird that kind of the same thing happened to them in different ways, which is just funny because like I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't meant to be like that, but I'm making, like, family connections between them, which that makes it seem like because, like, a lot of them are related, and I didn't realize, like, but they're cousins. I was saying this on live stream earlier, because, like, this isn't gonna make any sense, but yeah, most of them are cousins. There's a few that aren't, but, like, the characters that I have, I would say, like, most of them are family, which is kind of cool. I didn't even know, so technically, not like fully, I wouldn't say like fully, but if you think about it, technically they would be family. So yeah, and like I said, like the same, I don't know why all their moms are dead. It was so truly, so honestly an accident, because like I said, it was before I even realized who their parents were. It's just like that made most sense for them. Like, I don't know, they all have dead moms, and I don't know why that happened. Like, the characters that were supposed to die weren't even set to be mothers at the time. It just happened. I don't know. It was a coincidence. No one will have a dead mom. It'll just be those guys. It's like 3 of them, but there's only 6. So, and like 2 sets of them are siblings. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, and then the other girl's our cousin. We'll see. We could talk about character lore after I upload this, because that goes really deep. Except for not all of them are done. But I will say, from what I've had from the beginning of this year, these characters have developed so much, dude. Oh my god, like, I feel like I know them all. It's actually great, but it's also not, because now, like, I feel really bad doing anything to them. But, like, their fate was predetermined before, I even wrote all their lore. It's just, like, I knew that I wanted to get to that point, and that's what I kind of wanted to happen eventually, and then I would, like, write around it, kind of. and then I started connecting the dots, and it's very fun, but it's also very depressing. I didn't mean to make it like that. I just, for some reason, it's all of the people in the brightest, happiest district that have the worst stories. The rest of them won't. I like the contrast. I don't know. I could definitely. There's a lot of characters that I could still write that don't have super sad backstories like this, because I think that's good too. But yeah, like I said, I'll talk about my characters in another video because I have 18. I didn't realize I had 18, but I have 18 of them. I think I got a little carried away. I don't know if 18 characters is a lot to have, but mind you, they're all from like 2 districts. There's like most of these districts don't even have characters in them yet. It's like all from the prison district, or the woodland district. There's none from the other ones except for there's one from the corporate district. We'll see, guys. We'll see. I don't know. I could do so much more. I have so much ideas. Like I said, I wanted to make a place for them all to live. So I like the world building thing. That's what I did first. I don't know. To anyone who wants to do something like this, I do want to disclaimer. This has been in development. This has been like, I've been working on this for like a year and a half, and barely this is what it is. Like, because I've had so much time in summer, it's like all I think about, and it's like all I do. It's all I draw. It's all I write. Like, it's very fun. I don't know. I really say, like, I don't know if anyone's still even watching this, but like, seriously, if you want to do it, do it. It's fun. It's really freaking fun. Yeah, you just you build a world, and then you could just throw a bunch of characters in there, and then you write their stories, and like, it'd be probably easier to write characters that already lived in the world that you lived in, that way you don't have to write anything, but like, it's so much funner making your own world for them, like, even if it's like a genuine clone of our Earth. It's just so like more things can make sense. I just thought the concept was cool, and I really was like inspired by like weirdcore type stuff. I don't know, and like I said, like conspiracy theories. I really wanted it to be a law-based. I wanted to feel very, very like weirdcore, dreamcore, kidcore type, you know. Because whenever I post about it, everyone's like, you should make a weirdcore OC. I'm like, I'm trying. I don't know if that's what's coming across. When I wanted to make mood boards. I made a mood board for, I could show it. I made a mood board for the Decay district because I have a specific idea for that one. I have one for the prison district too. Honestly, I could make them all. I have ideas for all of them, and it's going to be really, really cool. I'm going to put them all. I'll link the straw page in the description, too. And I have a Discord server, too. So if you'd like to join, that is there. Hold on. This is for the Decay district. I don't know. I want it to be like, I don't want to use this because if it's wrong, I'll feel like I'm going to get yelled at. Midwest emote. That's what I looked up on Pinterest. I don't know. Like, I don't know. This reminds me of, like, kind of where I live, like, in some parts of time. In some parts of town during, like, fall, this is how it looks. And, like, I don't know. I got obsessed with that aesthetic in, like, 2023. Because, I don't know. I love, like, semi-abandoned stuff and stuff that's, like, really unupdated. I love all that. And, oh, I didn't even mention this. I did not even mention this. I cannot believe I didn't mention it. They're stuck in 2012. I forgot to say. So what happens is, or what's supposed to happen at some point, is that, because you know, like, okay, I can't talk. The reason why I said it in 2012 is because of the, like, Mayan calendar conspiracy theory where, like, everyone's like, oh, the world ended in 2012 and we're all dead or whatever. That's where I pulled it from. So, yeah, it's not, the world doesn't end. I keep saying that, but it's just because that's the conspiracy theory. What happened is that they got cut off from Earth. Like, Earth starts finding out what they're doing, and they cut them off from seeing it, and then they're, like, kind of like, you know, people on Earth are like, oh my god, we have aliens, they've already invaded, we had no idea, and they're already here, so they have no, like, way, there's, like, max security on Earth, I guess, where, like, they know that the aliens are there, and, like, the aliens are, like, they get, like, very, very limited, like, stuff from there. Like, they can't have, like, the satellites or anything if they were like trying to give because Earth got them. And then like I have a character. There's gonna be a few characters that find out about it. I have to choose wisely which ones because I have one in mind, but I feel like he has gone through too much, and I don't like. But it would make most sense for him to know about it because he's clairvoyant and has a sixth sense. So like, I feel like he would know, like I feel like he would be the one to like realize. And then I also want to make a character who's like part robot. I have her, but she's not like fully in a concept yet, so I don't know. And I also want her to be the one to know as well. The thing is like, they're gonna be in the Prism District because the Prism District is one of the ones that's like not as monitored. That's what I was gonna say. So like, if they found out that they knew, like, what would happen, that's what I'm scared of. Like, what happens whenever they find out that they're basically living in a giant experiment? What do you do with that information? That's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of don't want him to find out about it, because then, like, he knows too much. He just knows too much already. Like, that's like that'll be the second time something like that has happened. It's like 10 times worse. And, like, I don't know. Poor guy. It makes sense, though. It just makes sense. I'm sorry. You're just doomed. You're just doomed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I feel genuine guilt about this. Like, I actually feel bad. Yeah, anyways, like, this is 40 minutes long. Holy crap. I could talk about characters in a different video. I could yap about characters for a long freaking time. I'm not gonna do it tonight, though, because I'm running off 4 hours of sleep. 3 hours of sleep. I don't know why I'm up. I had two energy drinks today. It's 4 a.m. They should be gone by now, right? Gone. Out of my system by now. I shouldn't still be feeling the effects. Being up this late, being this hyper. Anyways, this is not the point. I cannot believe I didn't mention that they're stuck in 2012. But yeah, they're stuck in 2012 pretty much. Like, so nothing has evolved past then. They don't know much Earth stuff past specifically June 21st, 2012. Yeah. This is what I'm saying whenever the one character is doomed, and I'll talk about him. It'll probably be like the majority of the video that I talk about him. His birthday is that day. Complete accident. I wanted to make the end of the world day on the summer solstice, which is June 21st. His birthday was already set that day, and then I was like, wait a dang minute. Gosh dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Like, I literally didn't mean to do. I should change it, honestly. But I kind of wrote something already, and I kind of think it'd make it more interesting. But, like, it's just, like... Yeah, he's cooked. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you stuck to this long in the video, holy crap, I hope this is interesting. I'm kind of scared. I've been posting a little bit about it, but my stupid TikTok account got age restricted, so I don't know what I'm going to post about it now. Only the Discord server knows about it, and, like, a few other folks. And, like, this is lore about the whole location and like the whole place, and I think this is pretty cool. I want to like go into individual detail of like each of the locations, like all of the schools, because there's I think there's like 3 or 4 schools. There's 2 hospitals. There are loads of like little parks and stuff. I want the Woodland District to have like a lot of scary, creepy lore attached to it, I guess, and like legends and stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of like witch characters. There is like magic and stuff. Don't know where the logic is in that really, but it's there. I don't know. And like, yeah, it's gonna be cool, guys. I have an idea that like maybe, I'm not gonna say this because I don't know for sure. Maybe it gets destroyed at some point. Right, and like they upload all their consciousness. That's the other thing I was gonna say that I didn't mention that I feel like I could mention it here, but I could also mention it in the character video because it makes sense. Because they're not fully human, their souls are artificial, so the souls don't go into the afterlife like normal. There's like a bunch of different like loopholes and stuff that they have to do. And like there's different ways ghosts present themselves depending on how they died and how much energy they possess and like all of this I don't know. The spirits is like a whole thing in there because like none of the souls get to technically cross all the way over. So it's kind of like kind of bad. I don't know. But yeah, that's that, guys. And like I said, I have the character who has a sixth sense. So, like, we'll see what that happens. I have 2 characters who have a sixth sense, but like I keep saying, I'm not gonna talk about characters in this video, but I have kind of. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks guys for watching. I didn't have to end it early. My sister's still in the living room, but I'm still gonna probably go to sleep. Take my makeup off and go to sleep. Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.